Car family, how's it going? Good to see you again. Today we're going to be working on the RX8. We're going to go over this RX8 from the exterior, interior, under the hood. We'll talk suspension, just a little bit of everything, because we're going to be changing the oil in the car. I'm waiting for plugs to arrive at my front door, and we're also going to see if FD wheels and tires will fit on this car, because as the car sits right now, it looks just fine, but those nittos are toast. They got wrecked during the last video, celebrating you guys 5,000 subs for the channel, which I highly appreciate. Thank you very much. First start since the stunt lot. Happy Rotaries can take abuse. Yeah, if I pass out, pull me out of here. So, we were doing almost 2-minute long, 7,000 to 10,000 RPM burnouts, takeover style, whatever. Just doing some little drifties, little donuts and stuff. Whole purpose is just to smoke these tires and put on a little show for you. So anyways, for this car to start up like this, nothing is leaking, car is all the way happy. It's a very well-maintained Renesis. It's a stock Renesis. It has 49,000 miles on it, so it is a baby. It's the first engine in the car and only engine in the car. Nothing's ever been changed in the car. There's just been things bolted onto the engine. And that's what I was talking about earlier with the reliability mods. We'll be going over that a little later. But as you can see, this is the first start after all that abuse, and it was absolute abuse. If you watch that video closely, there's actually some little Easter eggs in there that I didn't talk about. And look for them yourself. On Instagram, I posted some pictures, and some of you guys actually seen how hard I actually went on this car. Mechanically, I probably pushed it all the way to the edge, to that limit, maybe over the limit just a little bit even. I don't know. She's cranked up, she's not acting crazy, no excessive smoke. Everything appears to be super happy with the car right now. And that's how it's maintained, and that's what it's supposed to do. All right, let's go get into some RX8 stuff. This is the ultra low pro jack, and it is still not really low enough. Got to get started with the scissor jack, and then we can put the low pro jack under. Let's get started with the origin of the car. This is a 2005 Mazda RX8 SE3P chassis coat. I've had this car since 2007, and which that means for 19 years I've owned this car. And in 19 years, I have put right at 40,000 miles on this car myself. And it had an additional 9,000 miles on it when I bought it. So, this car was raised in Central Arkansas. No garage, no nothing. It did have a little carport for a little while. And it was dailied. It was dailied in the icy winters. It was dailied in the hot summers, 90-degree days like today. And fast forward to 2011, I believe. Shoot, I don't know when I moved to Kansas City, but the RX8 started getting dailied here, and the temperatures are super extreme. Extremely cold for a lot of the year. So that meant that this car was getting dailied in the snow. Not for long. It just got dailied in the snow for about a year, and within that year is whenever I got my first service truck for work, and ever since I've had one, luckily. And that's how come I have such low miles on my Series 1 RX8. What am I looking for? Oh, jack stand. All right, let's get moving again, and we'll fast forward and talk more about the RX8. It's pretty clean under here. I mean, not a lot going on. I have an upgraded starter For the additional probably $100, under $200, I highly recommend getting you a, is it a 2-watt starter? I don't know, you can research it yourself. The original starter on these cars, they're pretty weak. Highly recommend getting you a starter. Get a new upgraded starter. Probably the most frequently asked question I have about the RX8 is what exhaust I run. And that is because mainly all the fireballs from Valley Up Fire, the video, which I can link that in the description. Look at that. I got the Rotary magnetic plug hanging on right there, and the oil looks great. I change the oil about once a year, put a couple thousand miles on the car every summer. All looks great, no issues. I'm gonna lower the car down so I can get as much old oil as I can out of it. We'll let that hold for a little bit. Before we get back underneath the car, I look at the exhaust. This is the stock Renesis, and on the stock Renesis, I have this probably aluminum, it's a Bennett built engine coolant tank, and it replaces the plastic one. You definitely want to get rid of that. Have new silicone hoses down in there. The main ones are racing beat, and the smaller ones are some little eBay specials. They do the exact same thing as any other high-end brand. Plus I couldn't find a high-end brand. We have the Gretty pulleys. They're lightweight, they're not underdriven. So this is the aim. It's a cold air intake, and that puts the filter right there. So next we have the torque dampener. This is an Ingalls Stiffy torque dampener. I don't know if you can find those even online. I can't even find them used anymore. And then next we have the strut tower brace. It's Mazda Speed. Found it on eBay. Maybe it was $80. I can't remember. It was like first bid and I got it. The guy just wanted to dump it. From Black Halo Racing, I got the upgraded ignition coil, stainless braided clutch line. Let's get into the exhaust. Get it back up. That is a Black Halo Racing mid pipe or race pipe. I think it's dual resonated, so it eliminates drone, things like that, even though I don't mind that. And that is bolted to an agency power catback exhaust system. And this is where all the flames were coming out of when we did the burnout video. If you haven't seen that, you're gonna wanna see it. If you care for Rotaries, RX8s, or you just like cars getting beat up on. So if we're gonna talk reliability mods, coolant tank, your coolant lines, get rid of your cats, get you a mid pipe, race pipe, and ignition. A good ignition is gonna help you blow those big flames. That's the only reason I'm bringing up the exhaust. Everyone that sees the videos, they realize this car is an absolute unit of a flamethrower. And those are the three key things that I like to think helps the car blow those incredible flames. Here's the part number for the Mazda oil filter for the RX8. This is the shorty. They make a tall one. I like using the tall one on the RX-7, and I actually ordered this one. Actually, that's a tall one, dude. That's a tall one. Yeah, that's the one you'll want. May add to a little bit of extra cooling, possibly. I don't know, since it's taller. I don't know. That's what this car is going to get. There we go. We'll get this back in. Got all the oil out. Everything looks pretty good. Yeah, almost as you can see, everything is. It looks really good. No issues ever with this car so far. If there ever was any issues with this car, I 100% caused it myself. I've been really trying to stay on top of maintenance on this car all of its life, and I've done a pretty decent job at it so far. Gotta use the scissor jack to get the ultra low floor jack out from underneath the car. Time to put the new oil in. Of course, Mazda has the upside down filter, so try to keep from making a super mess in here. Got a bunch of extra rags. I'll meet you back whenever we're pouring oil. Pouring the 710. I'm about to do something you may deem unnecessary. I'm gonna put a little bit of oil in my filter, like pre-oil it. I know, man, it's crazy, huh? Make no sense. I don't recommend it, you know, if you don't like it. If you do like it, I do recommend it. You know, why not? What's it gonna hurt? Every little step helps, and I've got a really healthy RX8, so something's working. Unless it's just luck, I don't know. I'm just gonna do a little boop. All right, let's get this little puppy out. See the size difference in the filters? That extra difference is supposed to add to your cooling. I'm no professional at any of this, so it's whatever. You know, if it does, cool. It's just one more precautionary thing you can do for your car. You know, if not, then disregard. Got a little bit of standing oil that's gonna freak me out later if any of that hits the ground under the car when it's setting. And I'm gonna be eating my words about having a reliable Renesis. Okay, now time to get the oil in. This is my choice of oil for the car. Sheesh, I'm not gonna complain about the heat because, like I said, there was snow right here on the ground just days ago. Boy, we got a smoky hot one. All right, pour it right, pour it like this. Tells you, this is not a how-to. How to change your oil in the RX8. I would say you've got to know that before you buy an RX8. You've got to at least have that type of experience under your belt before you purchase one of these cars, because they do enjoy having their hood open and maintenance take place. And this is the #1 thing. I got a wolf whistle over here in the corner. You hit a button and it does the also wired up to this car is LED strips under the headlights. About 15 years ago, that was super popular in the tuner scene, and they used to make LED strips with the LEDs on the side, so you could tuck them up underneath your headlights, and most headlights have a lip, so it looked factory. Kind of like an R8 style mod. Oil change is done, so I'm gonna get you off here. You're off the tripod. Let's talk about the body kit on the car. Authentic Mazda speed bumper. Not very easy to obtain. KBD makes a nice rep. Depends on who you ask. Some people are able to bring it back to life and clean the lines up, and it's fine. Other people can't. So by that, at your own discretion. If you get an unauthentic bumper, you're not gonna have this piece, which is not that big of a deal. And I'm unsure if you're gonna have these oil cooler ducts, but if you would like carbon fiber, RX8 Professor on Instagram. He's not as active as he used to be, but he's who provided me with a link to someone that made those for me. I also have a little bit of carbon fiber down here. There's a little splitter. I believe that was evor.net. The eyelids are KEI Office Reps. I found them on eBay. The KEI Reps, they come down all the way to a point here. Some of the ones you find online, they cut off here, and it's just not the same look at all. I had a body shop paint the inside of my housing black on the bottom and color match this area here. This is a carbon fiber leg motorsport bonnet. I got that from japanparts.com. Next, I have the clear corner lenses. These were clear, and I had them smoked by my body shop who repainted my bumper and my side skirts and wheels and everything. I have a set of these now that I haven't installed on the car yet, but they have one LED strip that go the length of them, and they're smoked just like that. And I think I found those on Amazon or eBay, but they're pretty cool. Haven't installed those yet. This is another part. It's online. I can't remember if it's EVOR or eBay. I don't know. This is authentic night sport side skirts. This is another piece that came from japanparts.com. Perfect fitment. Everything's amazing with them. The reason why I went with these over any other kit is because they have a line right here. You can see whenever there's good light, not in the shade, but there's a line here that forms small, and it kind of gradually gets bigger. And it looks so cool going down the road in pictures, videos, and real life. And then here in the back, I think these were also from EVOR. They're splitters. Those little splitters they're really expensive whenever you get the quality carbon fiber. So be prepared to pay a pretty penny, unless you want to get some knockoff stuff. Some, oh, what's that called? Where they hydro dip. You can get some hydro dip stuff, but you know how that goes. Or black, just get black. Authentic Ganador super mirrors. Those are on eBay. I think an authentic set will run you close to 2,000 bucks. They're expensive. I'm not gonna get into too much pricing with these parts. So this is a black cover also. Underneath here, it's like a matte black from the factory, and the windows are tinted and they're glossy. It just didn't look right to me. I didn't like it. And we work our way to the back. Here's another probably EVOR or Amazon piece of carbon. I'm not sure. but it's just a little accent for the top of the window. That is Odula spats. Kind of a cool little effect there. How they come out and swoop up. Car is so filthy from the burnout lot. So I got these wing risers. That's something that got really popular after Valley of Fire went live. That was Yahoo Japan is where I got those parts. And these little carbon pieces down here. Yahoo auctions, just save the search, they'll pop up. Ari Amemiya carbon tails. And these are kamikaze lights. The Ari Amemiya had the, if I'm saying that right, cool. If not, that's fine with me. Anyways, the kamikaze lights, they have a perfect circle instead of the individual LEDs, so it's a very clean look, kind of like a GTR, which I like a lot. This is from a JDM spec RX8. I just wired that up to a switch inside the car. There's some more carbon fiber you can just find online. I think I just Googled that and picked it up. So there you go. That's it for the body kit on the car. That should answer, for the most part, most of your questions that you may have for styling on the exterior of the car. I like watching your guys' styles and how you put your RX8s together. It is cool when you create similar builds. There's one, I believe in the UK, another Zach, just like me, who recreated this car. Kind of took it to the next level, actually. Underneath the hood, on the interior, absolutely amazing. I can link him in my description for Instagram. Incredible guy, super cool, and honored for someone to replicate this car from a Valley of Fire video. All right, next up, the wheel. These are 19-inch wheels. The front tires are 245/35 19s. I mean, these wheels are discontinued old JDM wheels. I have the stainless steel brake lines. It's all I've really done as far as brakes on the car, except for they're new. On the back of the car, these are the destroyed Nittos. These are 275/30 19s and some black steel lug nuts. I haven't went titanium with these yet. This car doesn't get wet unless I'm washing it and I'm drying it real quick, so I'm not worried about rust or anything. It's matte bronze wheels. They're powder coated, so I don't really have to worry about that too much, I don't think. I don't know, maybe. There's one more thing you may be interested in on the outside of the car. Check that out. It's a little gas cap holder. Bennett built, maybe? I honestly can't remember. It's kind of a cool little feature. Should have came with the car, one of those deals, but it didn't. Okay, that's everything with the exterior of the car. Let's jump into the interior of the car next. Got my little Mega Man, a little key cover. Once again, just like everything, you can find that online. I got my Grip Royal steering wheel. If you decide to go with a steering wheel that color matches your exterior, you can send them your paint code from the factory or aftermarket, and they'll custom match your wheel. This is an oak wheel, custom matched. It has a quick release by NRG. Then I have some carbon here. I have carbon here, carbon there, and some of this is actually hydro dipped. Hydro dip piece. Hydro dipped. Just some of these pieces I just could not absolutely find in real carbon. There's some real carbon here and there. As far as the inside, boop. Right, and that covers the RX8. I tried to do a thorough job for you. Seems like it went really quick for all the things that's actually done with the car. Let me know if you have any questions at all. You guys are pretty good about slipping in them DMs on Instagram when you have a question. So the spark plugs didn't come in today, like Amazon had promised. So I'm waiting on the plugs, and once the plugs arrived, I'm gonna put the FD wheels on there if they fit with the tires. And then we're gonna do a color change on the wheels, and we're gonna get some brand new Nittos on this car. I go 1/2 ounce of premix for every gallon of gas I put in the RX8. And I've got this little kit here that helps me with managing my volume. Check this out. Isn't that cool? So a 1/2 ounce to 1 gallon of fuel in that car. And that car only gets 93 octane. And underneath here, you can You can kind of see that LED strip I was telling you about earlier. It's just right in there. Thanks so much for tuning in. I appreciate you, and we'll do it again soon.